Hello everyone, and welcome to this training video. This video is actually going to cover vet relations, how to read and maneuver through your vet relations, and also how to add a vet. Okay, so I'm going to start out. I am in as Jessica Jones once again, and I am going to start out by going to her vet tab here. And we can do one of two things. We can add a vet from here, or we can go to list of vets. First, we're going to go to list of vets so you can kind of see what that looks like and know how to navigate through that. All right, so looks similar to our client list, but it's for our vets. So you can search by the practice name, the city, and the state. So here you're going to see it say practice, and we have that's the practice name. So we have the name of the vet practice. We have the location here. Now, if you don't put a location here, it'll default to say Alabama. So if you see that, that's where that's coming from. Okay. So otherwise, you'll have an address here, trainer name, and it lets us know if we had a lunch and learn scheduled there. If there was a lunch and learn schedule, it tells us where it was. So if you don't see that, there's never been a lunch and learn there before. Okay, so good point of reference tool for you guys when you guys are looking to see where you need to visit, with last visit dates. If you've done a lunch and learn there or not, things of that nature. Okay. So we're going to view ABC Vet Clinic here. We're going to view the profile. And here has the practice name, the website, their email address. So the email address of the contact person, phone number, city and state, so the address. It is also some information here about your introduction letter and group training. So this is where you would fill out that information so that Mark will know what to do with a new vet that you put in. So we have send introduction letter, send to group training, if he should send the form or not, and then little notes here that you can write about the clinic. So this one says April was really nice, very interested in a possible lunch and learn. Beth is receptionist and she is a second contact. Where April is not available, you can ask for Beth. And then once again, it has your name there as the trainer. So this part was basically filled out when this was added. So Mark knew what to do with it because he does get an alert once you add a new vet, and he can go and pull it up and see what he needs to do. He's going to look at those note sections. He's going to look at that area to see if he needs to send an introduction letter and who to address it to, and if there's a group training form that needs to be sent, things of that nature. Okay, so we have the list of doctors here, little notes that you could put in about the doctors. We have the list of staff, and we have it so you can edit it too. So if you need to edit anything here, you need to add some notes, you can press edit and you can do so. Okay, otherwise everything is going to be locked. Okay, all right, so then we have the lunch and learn area here. So you can schedule a new lunch and learn if you need to. Okay, if you ever schedule a new lunch and learn, it's going and you had one in the past, on that profile page, it's going, your newest one is gonna replace the oldest one. Okay, but it will always be listed here. Okay, so there was one actually done back in January. Okay, it was hosted by Justin Teal. The contact person was April Wilson. It gives the time and date, gives the information as to where it was scheduled for, and as well as the address, and some little notes here: the demo dog, who the demo dog was, and who the owner of that dog was as well is there. Okay, so. And then if you ever need to edit that, you can. And then we have the hosted by area here, saying like who actually hosted it, because a lot of times if the coordinator is actually doing the event. So if you're a brand new trainer and you're putting this in, okay, you scheduled it, but the team coordinator hosted it. They are the one who actually came in and did the event. So hosted by and scheduled are two totally different things. Okay. All right, so if you want to schedule a new lunch and learn, this is the area that you do it at. Okay, so you'll schedule, you'll do the time and date, you will do the address, the contact person, the number of staff, dietary restrictions, if any, You will select the trainer and then hosted by. The reason why we have the selected trainer area is because sometimes as a coordinator, you might be putting this in, but you're scheduling it under your team trainer, and then you will put your name in the hosted by area because you're going to actually come out and do it. Okay, and you'll get credit saying that you hosted it, but it will go to Jessica Jones as the referral source. Okay. This is the demo dog area. The demo dog's name, their breed, their age, their weight, and the owner's name. So we'll have that information as well. And then you will press submit. Once you do that, Mark will get an alert about this lunch and learn. So he'll know what's going on with it. He can go in and see if he needs to do anything. He'll know what date and time it's for. He can check things to make sure everything is in accurately, and then we move on from there. All right. So that's how you will actually schedule the lunch and learn. Okay. So that's there. And I also want to show you really quickly how to actually add a vet. Okay, so you just go to add a vet. So we're going to go practice name, and we'll say the name of this vet clinic is Healthy Puppies. Now you would actually put this in. There's several reasons why you would put this in. You don't. Maybe you haven't necessarily scheduled a lunch and learn, but maybe you stopped into this place. Okay, if you stopped in and they were receptive to you, they allowed you to maybe leave their brochures and stuff, and maybe said, okay, we're not going to schedule something right now, but you can leave your things. You can add them into this right from here. This is like how you use the little black vet book. Whenever you stopped in, you put the information there, and then you sent over the information to Mark, letting him know you needed a letter sent or something like that. Well, you're going to put it into the system, because what will happen is, say, you left your brochures there, but you didn't necessarily schedule a lunch and learn, but you left your information there. If they pass the information out to someone that same day, and that person called in, and hey, we don't have them on the list yet because they didn't have a lunch and learn scheduled, but because you actually took the time to put them in the system, when that person calls and say they were referred by Healthy Puppies Veterinary Clinic, it's in the system, so the call center can look that up, and they'll see that that's attached to you. So you would get that referral, even though you hadn't done a lunch and learn yet. So it's very important that when you stop in, you want to put it in there. You want to document that you stopped in. You want to document little notes. You want to document on here what you want Mark to do, because when you add it, he's going to get that alert saying that it's there. Okay. So Healthy Puppies is the name of the clinic. We'll say that they're at healthypuppies.com is their website. Okay, email address. Email address can be the person, the contact person's email address. So we'll say that contact person is Motivated Lady, because I love using that email address. motivatedlady@yahoo.com. Then we'll put down their phone number. We have their fax number. We'll do that too. We're gonna do their address. Oh my goodness. All right, their city. Because remember, if you don't put in the address, it's gonna default to Alabama. You don't want it to do that. Okay, so in this area, you want to let Mark know what you want him to do. Okay, so if he needs to send an introduction letter, you need to let him know that, and you need to let him know how he should send it. Should it be by mail, like the snail mail, the email, or the fax? Okay, so we're going to say he needs to fax it, and then you're going to let him know who he needs to address it to. So we can say like, we'll say that it's the office manager. So we'll say Mary Smith. Oh my goodness. Sorry, can't type today for some reason. Mary Smith. And we'll put office manager. so that he knows who he's addressing it to and why. Let him know if he's sending a group training form or not. And then you can write little notes here. Mary Smith is the office manager, very friendly, did not want to schedule. She wants to speak to the doctors first, but she did allow me to leave my cards and brochures. Okay. I think it's very important when you're doing any type of notes in here that you want to date them. Okay, so we know, because this is going to always be there. This is going to always be attached to the vet's profile. So if you ever have any additional notes that, hey, now they're a referring vet of yours, and they are, you're stopping in for different reasons, and maybe you want to add some notes here, like, hey, got a new receptionist, her name is Jill, or something. You want to keep it, you want to keep dates going, so you know when you're referring back to these notes, or if anyone in the call center or your team coordinator or Mark or anybody is looking back at this vet profile, then they can keep up with your notes and as to when you wrote these notes, okay? Because it's going to be an ongoing thing. All right. So select a trainer. You want to make sure that you select yourself if you are going to be the trainer, okay? Doctors, you can list the doctors here. Staff, you can list the staff. And then you want to go ahead and add the vet, okay? All right, so we're going to be adding a back to veterinary page button there. Right now we don't have it there, but we're still in testing mode, so it'll be there. So right now I'm just going to go back to the to the vet list and pull it up here. As you can see, everything added perfect. Healthy Puppies, Jessica Jones, has my address there. And there's no lunch and learn date scheduled yet because I didn't schedule one. But if I was going to schedule one, I would go back in, I would view it, and then I would press schedule lunch and learn from here. Okay? So that is how you would schedule vet lunch and learns, as well as add a vet relation to the system. All right. So once again, great tool to use. Definitely take advantage, because this is going to be the vet list that the call center use. So if you have people calling in saying that they were referred by Healthy Puppies, you want to make sure that it goes to you, even though maybe that lunch and learn wasn't scheduled yet. All right. So once again, guys, if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to contact Rachel. Thank you and enjoy your day.